What's up, you guys? Welcome to the February 15th edition of NBA 3-Ball, presented by Establish the Run. I'm your host, Mike Gallagher, getting ready to break down a busy Sunday slate, talk some injuries, some very notable ones, and we'll talk about a lot of fantasy ads today. And let's start with the news here. The day kind of started off here with Kevin Durant getting ruled out for at least 2 games with a mild left hamstring strain. Not the same leg as his Achilles, if you care, but he did have left hammy issues back in 2017 and 2015. So third time now a left hammy is popped on the injury report for him. So that's not great. So we'll see if he misses more than 2 games. You would think he probably is. We know hamstrings for guys who are getting a bit older, they could take time to recover. You don't want to aggravate that. It's one of the most likely aggravated soft tissue injuries you can have. So this is after Steve Nash kind of said he figured out what he was going to do. He said Jeff Green was going to close. So we'll probably see a little bit more Bruce Brown, certainly more Jeff Green. DeAndre Jordan's minutes will go up a little bit because he's also probable today, so he should be back. So that Katie at the 5 / Jeff Green at the 5 lineup obviously won't be available. And we'll see a little bit more Landry Shamet, Bruce Brown I mentioned as well, who Steve Nash said he likes. He said he could be a slasher, can be a roller, and can cut. So they definitely like him there. And then also James Harden is the point guard now, according to Kyrie Irving. To the Rockets, and Victor Oladipo is still out. So they're going to start Eric Gordon again, mix in a little bit more Jayshawn Tate, Sterling Brown. We saw a little bit more David Nwaba after his minutes got cut. So those guys will all be looking at more playing time. Interestingly, their small ball lineup didn't play great, and Steven Silas talked about that after the game, that's kind of struggling right now. So maybe we see some Ray Spalding after he made his debut. Obviously, you're not going to do anything about that, but we'll see what happens if they continue to play small against the Wizards. Revenge game for John Wall. Doug McDermott's questionable with a knee injury, and we saw in the last game they went small a lot. TJ McConnell, Aaron Holiday was great against the Hawks. Malcolm Brogdon played a little bit better, and after the game, Nate Bjorkgren said he liked that lineup, so that would be something that would benefit here if McDermott did miss time. Probably would start Jeremy Lamb after he got demoted. But, again, keep an eye on Aaron Holiday if you can kind of keep it going. And TJ McConnell's been really, really good. Wendell Carter Jr. went through practice and is questionable today, so he could be back from that quad injury. We'll be looking at possibly a bigger role. Don't forget Lauri Markkanen plays a lot of center, so Wendell Carter Jr. would be able to, get more playmaking opportunities, more offensive opportunities with, a thinner front court. And it's not like Daniel Gafford was great. It's really been Thaddeus Young who has been the star of the front court since those guys have been injured. So Thad's minutes will come down a little bit too. Get to basketball, and let's start with the headline of the day. Anthony Davis has an Achilles strain. He missed 2 games for Achilles issue. He said it wasn't his actual Achilles, but now he has a strain. I mean, he's got to get shut down here for who knows how long. So, you would think All-Star break, something along those lines. There's no reason you play a guy on a bum Achilles, given AD's starting to get up there in age and his injury history as well. So, next question is who benefits, right? Kyle Kuzma looked great. He would certainly be the guy that is the safest. I think Taylor Horton-Tucker's a guy I want to pick up. I picked him up in a couple leagues already. I want to see what he could do in this new role. Markieff Morris is kind of boring. A little bit more upside for Marc Gasol and Montrezl Harrell. Certainly, LeBron James just crushes without AD, so he would have a much more higher upside nightly. Same with Dennis Schroeder as well. Another power forward injury in this game with Paul Millsap. Spraining his knee, so he's probably looking at missed time here. JaMychal Green was the guy who started. This game got kind of out of hand to garbage time. But Zeke Nnaji, super deep league radar now with some really good play from him. And he was kind of finding rotation minutes before this news, so he's been playing great, hitting a lot of threes. So someone to keep an eye on. Possible stream, possible DFS punt, as he would benefit here too. And they went smaller in general. They went a lot of Campazzo with Porter at the 4, so some of the perimeter guys will be looking at more time. Is Jamal Murray looked fine as well as he was on injury report. And also of note, Monte Morris had a shoulder wrap, so he's playing through it, but certainly bothering him. To the early game, the Celtics had probably their worst loss of the season against the Wizards. Maybe it was a day game, maybe it was something else. Brad Stevens says he hopes that it's legs, but that can't be an excuse. Kemba Walker said that there aren't many positives, and we're just not good right now, but he says it's controllable. Daniel Tice has been really falling off. Maybe Time Lord gets an opportunity to shake things up. We know what kind of potential he has, but really this whole team just got destroyed, really in all facets. Semi Ojeleye returned from his injury. He's certainly kind of fluky. He had all those corner threes against the Raptors. But other than that, this team just has to lean on Tatum, Brown. Hopefully Kemba gets it going again. Who's been a little disappointing with that knee injury possibly affecting him too. Scott Brooks really shakes up his starting lineup here. It goes with Mo Wagner at center and Garrison Matthews after he starts for Bradley Beal. Starts at the 3 over Denny Avdia / Davis Bertans, who have been starting there. So nothing really to say about Garrison Matthews, but Mo Wagner played pretty well after the game. Scott Brooks said that they did an excellent job guarding their guys, as Wagner and Matthews, and he liked how Matthews communicates as kind of the backbone of the defense. Also noteworthy, he said that Russell Westbrook's status is kind of not going to be known until pregame, so don't expect anything on the injury report. And also, Brooks said that this was the first time Brooks didn't have a minutes cap, so that's very noteworthy. Rui Hachimura played a pretty good game here too. The stat line wasn't great, but I thought he looked a lot better, and so did Scott Brooks. Wolves get a big win in Toronto, shake things up with the starting lineup with Jared Vanderbilt starting at the 4. He kind of had been the backup center, but they moved Josh Okogie to the bench. Didn't even really use him with only 7 minutes. Matchup certainly a factor there. They look at Okogie as that kind of on-ball guy. But even Ryan Saunders said he's going to shake up the starting lineup, so nothing crazy there. The big number for me here was Malik Beasley getting 37 minutes, making 6 threes. He's been on fire. He actually kind of had a squeaky wheel narrative saying he wanted to get more shots and he could play upper 30s minutes in the best shape of his life. So, man, Beasley said it last week. He's been really the Wolves' best player, and it's not even really that close. And that's with Cat missing time, but certainly Cat getting out there. And more post-ups, too. Cat's kind of playing coach of the basket than he was last year, so that's something to kind of keep an eye on. Still no OG Anunoby, so Norman Powell, again, goes off. I mean, the guy's just been incredible the last 7 or 8 games. Chris Boucher did not have big run against Karl Anthony Towns, kind of as expected. And, yeah, nothing really else to say there. Lots of injuries for the Hornets. Gordon Hayward was downgraded to probable, eventually did not play for a back injury. Keep an eye on that. Devonte Graham hurt his knee, did not return, went to the locker room pretty quick, got ruled out pretty fast. The Martin brothers are still in protocol. P.J. Washington's still in protocol. So this team just only had 7 guys available by the end of the game. So, yeah, really any of these guys getting playing time certainly are worth it. Miles Bridges really disappointing in 37 minutes of playing time. Terry Rozier has been lights the F out right now. And Malik Monk, kind of a pickup until we find out how much time Devonte Graham's going to miss. Spurs get really good games out of the 4 non-DeRozan starters as DeRozan kind of got taken out of this game. But DeJounte and Derek White were magnificent today, especially with the defensive stats. And DeJounte is just locked in. And Derek White finally getting it going here, getting 27 minutes, starting to look more comfortable, especially next to DeJounte. Pelicans drop 1 in Detroit. Zion's defense has been better to me, for whatever it's worth. Eric Bledsoe was cold today. Kyra Lewis continues to deserve playing time. He's been really good. Lonzo's still playing pretty well after that little knee scare. Other than that, nothing really to say. Blake Griffin sits out, so Saddiq Bey has been really one of the hottest rookies in the league. Had another really good game today with 4 threes, 16 points, just playing well. Mason Plumlee back from that elbow irritation and triple-double, first triple-double of his career. Certainly that takes Isaiah Stewart really off the board, although he was pretty good in 18 minutes. But yeah, he's certainly a drop now that we see Mason Plumlee back and healthy again. Rodney Hood did not play, and Harry Giles had some cramping to cut his minutes down a little bit. Big win from the Blazers. Robert Covington looks to be fixed. He's obviously making shots now, hit all 4 of his today. Steals numbers have been fantastic, so it was certainly rough 2-3 weeks ago, but he looks to be back on track. Mavericks drop a home game to the Blazers. Not much to say besides Luka was ridiculous, missed the late shot, and he was just so visibly upset as the Mavericks went smaller here in general. Jalen Brunson's been playing pretty well. Carlisle really likes his defense, but nothing really to take away from here. Big win for OKC against the Bucks. Got contributions from the whole starting group. Justin Jackson hit a big 3 late. 22 points. Has been really red hot all of a sudden. Really can't say as much of an ad because when SGA comes back, it'll kind of put a dent in him. As well as Teo Meladon, he would also cut into him as well. Kenrich Williams had some really big defense. Baisley's kind of starting to figure it out again. And Al Horford has been awesome. And Lou Dort, man, starting pretty much at point guard here as he continues to handle the ball a ton. Tough loss for the Bucks. Nothing really to say. Giannis just monster stat stuffing line. 24, 17, 10. 3 blocks, 3 steals on great shooting here. Gonna save the late games for the solo pods. Make sure you check that out. Let's talk some ads here. Taylor Horton-Tucker, I think you want to add him. I'm assuming Kyle Kuzma's already gone at 43% rostered. Saddiq Bey is just too good right now. If he league's competitive, got to keep him riding him while he's hot. Rookie player, youth movement going on here. So he's certainly a guy that should be added. Lucas Dort playing a lot of point guard. Certainly will probably cool off once they start getting bodies back. But among the OKC guys, I'd take him over Kenrich Williams. red hot Justin Jackson all of a sudden as well. Certainly Darius Bazley, I assume he's owned. JaMychal Green would definitely give him a look with the Paul Millsap news. Malik Monk, same thing for Devonte Graham. Kyra Lewis has been playing great, kind of sneaky stash. He'd be the guy you want to take if there's a possible trade with Bledsoe or obviously Lonzo Ball. Mo Wagner, not too into it, but definitely worth a shot on this team. Talented dude, good per 36 guy. And then Zeke Naji, kind of a super deep league dart throw. Catch you tomorrow for the Solo Pod.